Thank you for tuning in to Terry Swoop Videos. On today's video, I'm going to do a Where They Now on the actor Willard E. Pugh. He's best known for the character of Harpo in the movie The Color Purple. Now, The Color Purple came out in 1985. It was directed by Steven Spielberg. And it's the first movie with an all-black cast to get nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards. It's also the first black movie to gross $100 million at the box office. This movie made $100 million in 1985. So it was hugely successful. And I thought one of the main reasons for the movie's success was the great actors in this cast. And I thought Willard E. Pugh did a great job of playing Harpo.
Willard, that weak men, opposites attract. Weak men always are attracted to stronger women, almost always.
Okay, but then who is to say he was a weak man?
I want to hear about what you think.
See, it seems as if he may be a weak man because he lets her do certain things. But love is blind, crippling, crazy. You know, and a lot of things happen. In Harpo's life, what goes behind that person to make that person the way they are is a story that people should really look into and try to see through, not the surface.
There's
because a lot of times you have to laugh to keep from crying. And a lot of situations that Harpo's been through. Mother dying when he was young, seeing her be beat to death. Here comes Celie comes into his life, a stepmother who he doesn't know, trying to take the place of his real mother. So he doesn't like that. Then the father's beating her all the time. Then finally he falls in love with Sophia, somebody he really loves, and he wants to do anything he can to keep her and keep her happy. And then, but she won't mind because most of the women during that period are supposedly doing what the man say do, and Sophia wouldn't. And so he goes to the father for help. He says, beat her. Celie, who's always getting beaten, and he goes to her and says, well, what does she say? She says, beat her. He thinks it's right. That's the thing to do until he tries it, and she ends up whipping up on him. And it was not that Harpo could not whip Sophia. He couldn't hit Sophia because he loved Sophia.
Now, a lot of people called his character a simp because he allowed his wife to run all over him. In the 80s, a lot of people would say, You're acting like Harpo if you allowed a woman to run all over you. You're acting like a simp. You're acting like Harpo if you allow a woman to talk to you any kind of way and run all over you. So that was a term that a lot of people used back in the day. That's how popular his character was. But all jokes aside, I thought he did a great job playing this role. I thought he should have got nominated for an Oscar. Danny Glover and Willard did not get nominated for Oscars. The only two people in the movie that got Oscar nominations was Whoopi Goldberg and Oprah Winfrey. These are the only two actors in the movie that got Oscar nominations. But I thought Willard did a great job. But after The Color Purple came out in 1985, I thought he would go on to have a greater career, but he mostly played bit parts here and there throughout the rest of his career. The only two major roles I recall him playing in after The Color Purple was he played in Air Force One, and he also played in RoboCop 2, where he plays the mayor of the city in RoboCop 2. Outside of that, I don't recall him playing in many other roles. Throughout the 1990s, he went on to be an acting teacher, an acting coach, where he would teach people about broadcasting and teach people about acting. And I do believe that's what he's doing right now. And he's also a parole officer. So he's still alive and he's still doing good. He's 60 years old. And I think he looks great for a 60-year-old man. And I'm happy to see that he's still alive and well. A lot of people have different opinions about this topic. If you enjoyed this video, share it on Facebook and Twitter with friends and family.